Hi guys, today we're just going to talk about the basics of a dot plot and how you would use the information presented in a dot plot to actually calculate some of the or all of the common parts of central tendency, or the measures of central tendency, I should say. So we're going to look at this particular dot plot where it is giving you, it looks to be the number of siblings. Our first thing that we need to start with identifying how many dots we have. I'm going to call those data points going forward. How many dots would equal to the number of data points that we're dealing with? Okay, that is one of the first things that we need to identify. So if we notice here, we have a scale from 0 to 4. Each one of the dots is going to represent a person who actually gave information to this particular poll. So for instance, we have 2 people, because we have 2 dots or 2 data points here that indicate that they have 0 siblings, 0 brothers or sisters. We have 1, 2, 3 dots here, 3 data points where a person actually said that they have 1 sibling, brother or sister. We then have 2, which are the number of brothers and sisters, but we have 5 people who said that they have 2 siblings. We then have 3 people who said that they have 3 siblings, and so on and so forth. We have 2 people who said that they have 4 siblings. So how do I use the information that is here to actually figure out my measures of central tendency? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch over to our work. Okay, I have myself a little chart listed here. If we refer back to that chart, I'm going to spell out exactly what was said there. So I'm going to line all of my data points up. We have 2 people that said that they have 0 brothers or sisters. We have 3 people that said that they have 1. We have 5 people who said that they have 2 brothers or sisters. We have 3 people who said that they have 3 brothers or sisters. And then we have 2 people who said that they have 4. Okay. Now, when we look at this, it's probably overexposed. Okay. So at this point, I know that I have 15 data points. When it comes time for me to figure out what the median is, okay, the median is going to be the number that is right in the middle. If you think of the median as that patch of grass that's in the middle of a two-way street, that is right in the middle. So I want something that's right in the middle. Can we figure out something that's right in the middle of 15? That is an odd number. And when we have an odd number like that, it is going to be fairly simple for us to do this. So let's take a look at these dots, okay? The dots here, there are 3 dots. Can I figure out which of these dots is in the middle? Sure I can. I have 3 different dots. I have 1 on this side, 1 on this side, but there's only 1 in the middle. When I have an even number of data points, it might be a little bit more difficult because I'm looking for the 2 numbers that are right in the middle, and then I would take the average of those. But if I have an odd number of data points, that is ideal because I can find the one that is right in the middle. So if I were to think about this, 15 divided by 2 is going to give me what? 7.5. Okay, so there would be 7 data points on one side, 7 on another. Then there's one number that's right in the middle. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The number that is right in the middle is what? That is the number 2. So my median value is going to be 2. If I was trying to find the mean is another way of just saying the average. If I were to add up all of these values, that would give me a total of 30. If I have 15 data points, in order to figure out the mean, I'm going to take the total number that I added up with all of my data points divided by the number of data points, which is 15. 30 divided by 15, of course, is 2. So that gives me a mean of 2. I then am going to look at my range, that is my highest value minus my lowest value. So 4 minus 0 is going to be a value of 4. Now your mode is going to be a little bit tricky sometimes, but the mode in this particular case is going to be the number that occurs most often. So the number that occurs most often is what? We have 2 that occurred 5 times. We have 3 that occurred 3 times. We have 4 that occurred twice. We have the number 1 that occurred 3 times as well. But so which one of those has the greatest number of occurrences? Of course, the 2 does. So my mode is 2. This was a very simple, quick way of looking at that. Okay, so let me also show you one additional thing. When I take a look at my dot plot also, if I know that I'm looking for the number that is right in the middle, this is another way if I don't want to lay all of my data points out like I just did on the paper. If I know that my 8th data point, because remember we had 7 that were on the left-hand side, 7 that were on the right-hand side, and the one that's right in the middle is our 8th data point. So basically all I'm going to do is count over to the 8th data point. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And where does 8 fall? 8 falls at 2. I just confirmed that on the paper, and I confirmed it simply by counting these out. It just depends on whatever preference you have as to how you would find the median value. All right, you guys, that was it. A quick simple review of how to find those measures of central tendency with a dot plot. Use this for any upcoming tests or quizzes that you have in class. And as always, if you have any additional questions, back the video up, watch it one more time, come to class with that question, or ask me in tutorials on Tuesday or Thursday. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow in class.